Hey guys, what's up? It's Schla. Coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides with Schla. And, this could be the start of a pretty significant tone change. I'm not entirely sure. I never really know, but this morning was not a good morning. I did not get right out of bed as I have for a while now, and I don't know why. I guess it could be just with what's weighing on me. It's very possible I'm just dealing with a lot right now, and it's weighing me down, but it's weird. I slept more last night than I've slept in a really long time. I don't know. I don't know what it is. There obviously a lot's been stripped away from me recently. And it's obviously it's not been good for my mental at all. It's been really bad. There's a difference when you are working and you're being given a lot of hours, outlet to pour into, and then that's stripped away from you. It's hard because you were making a living wage and now you're back to making below as usual. And it's pretty much what everybody's dealing with now. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Maybe it's a culmination of those two things, but it's kind of making me think that it's just another end of another manic episode. That's just kind of my impression of it. The past thing I've been recording was just another one. And if anything, I'm glad that it's documented this time, because I don't know that there's ever been one as thoroughly documented before, But yeah, it's difficult. Maybe that's why the adults I've always seen are useless. It's difficult to remember and grow in life. I think a lot of people kind of assume that you remember and grow. But that's not automatic. You only grow if you remember. And it seems to me like most people just forget about their past. And I've seen it with my parents where, my parents raised me a certain way, and then when I bring up some of the things, they claim they didn't. And I obviously, I know I'm remembering it correctly. I was the one they were done to. So it's very concerning to me. And I think that's it. I think people's memory is flawed and messed up. Now, it's another morning where I had absolutely no excuse to not be super on time, because I literally wasn't doing anything. I slept super late and then I just ate. And other than that, I was just thinking. Then I was just aimlessly on my phone for maybe about 5 minutes doing absolutely nothing. Just looking at storage. Just kind of gesturing around. I mean, I didn't really do anything, and that was after I had ate, not while I ate. And yeah, that was it. I didn't do anything else this morning. So what else is there to do? I mean, where do we go from here? Is the show going to continue? I'm not really sure, because I can't really see how I will be as interesting. I still think I'm going to do it, but I almost worry that I'll have less to say, or what I do have to say won't really have as much pizzazz. It'll be more of some kind of documentary, but documentation of my life. I mean, I guess my life's interesting, but it's more of a documentation of feelings, because I don't really feel comfortable revealing too much about myself. But it's weird, you know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will blow over. But I don't know. I mean, it could have just been another manic episode. And I think that now that I work and things are more structured, it's not really as bad. You know, when I didn't have a job and I went through some kind of mania, it was awful because there was no structure in my life. So it just kind of got crazy and like weird and bad, you know, like it's not. But then now it's not really like that. Like I do work and I'm still going to work, you know, like nothing is really changing, even though but see, I'm worried, because what if tomorrow's worse? I mean, tomorrow could be better, but so far this third day in a row is horrible. Trying to think. Yeah, like it's the third morning after what happened on the weekend, and then, you know, the second morning after what happened on Monday. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like it's already gotten worse. Like I think there's almost a lull where, you know, the impact of what you were told was not as crazy, and then it is, and you know. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out where we're at, but I'm not too happy with the timing this morning. It looks like I'm not really going to be too... I'm very frustrated about that. I mean, somehow I still ended up leaving, like, later than a lot of days, and I didn't even have anything to do. But yeah, I guess you keep going through life, even with when things happen. I don't know. Just seems like that's always how it is. Like, you don't give up, you don't just stop. But there's moments like this where, like, I really think about that, and I don't know if that makes me sensitive or what it makes me, but it's kind of what I think. Like, it's entirely possible I'm just sensitive, but like I said, I think the difference is most people can't be vulnerable or open up to it. Because I don't really hear a lot of people talk like that. I don't think people are very good at articulating it. They just feel sad and they can say that they're upset, but I don't know if they know why or can put the words to it like I do. I've not really met many people like that, so just pointing that out. But anyways, what else is new, right? I just don't know. But I'm kind of worried. I mean, I thought... some stuff I think it just takes time to process. Like, I'm not really sure. You know, things just take time to figure out. It's not easy to just always stay positive or be able to move like that and just, like, get over things. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's not really human to some extent. Despite me agreeing it's important to stay positive, and I'm sure that's an important thing to keep in mind, but I don't know. But my apologies for this episode and, you know, any subsequent ones. I just don't know, like, because usually when I would go through a period and things would end up being good and I'd make content, then I'd just stop making content. And, like, I wouldn't do anything anymore. So it would be a very new experience to not do that. That would just be unusual for me. So in this case, it's continuing to record. I usually would just stop recording. And I don't know. There may genuinely be some merit to that, because I don't know what the point is. I guess just doing it for myself and my own satisfaction. But it still doesn't make a ton of sense. Because even for myself, like listening back to these, I don't know what's really going to get captured. Like I said, unless my mood changes. I do want to add too, yesterday was a good day. It wasn't like it was a bad day yesterday. And that's why I don't know. But it still was bad. That it was like the worst morning I've had in weeks, months. Yeah, I mean, it's not really a great situation. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about how the AI kind of misled me, because at first it said that it made sense for me to let the RPM ride up higher. And I think I said that on the show, and then when I asked it again, then it said it doesn't matter and that it's better for it to be lower. And I'm just thinking about how problematic that is, that the same AI has such differing perceptions on things. I don't know. You know, I think what happened is that culture became too much for me, or maybe my brain is just too I guess too conservative, in the sense of I really only liked culture when I was a child. And then once I became a teenager, like, I immediately was just not like that. It was like I was already an old man, you know. And I don't mean this in any type of like political sense. I just mean it in like you know, I just, whatever the way things were when I was a child, I really liked and I really felt a part of. The DS, you know, it was right up to my speed. And then the things that came after that, you know, the iPod, I liked it, especially at the time. But then, it, you know, in retrospect, seeing what that's become, it's not what I would want, like, at all. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. What I was very happy with tech just being the DS. It didn't need to be anything more than that. And then, you know, I can imagine what it's like now, which is... The only reason I thought about this too is because I just saw a stray school bus on the highway, and it brought me back to when I was younger. And this one older kid on my bus had his DS, and he was playing it on the bus, and I thought that was super cool. but since I was younger, I didn't have mine. Or like, I don't think I could have done, because I might have been in kindergarten or something, or even first grade or something like that. But yeah, I just thought it was really cool. And he was playing the same game that I was playing at the time. Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia? Almia? I always said Almia, I think. But now that I'm thinking about it, it might be Almia. Almia. Alma? Or Alma. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce the region, but I think it was Shadows of Almia. And then I was almost gonna say Guardians of Almia, but I knew that was incorrect, because it's the next one was Guardian Signs. But I wasn't actually. That was only for a split second. I don't want to act like somebody who gets names wrong, because I don't get names wrong. And so oh, and yeah, coincidentally, I think that same school bus is now pulled over with the hazard lights on, so I will get a second look at it. Yeah, I think that's the same one. It was pulled over on the shoulder with the hazard lights flashing. And I just thought that was so cool that he was playing the same game. Like, I recognized it, I knew it. And he was older, so he could get away with it, as I'm sure I would have been doing if I was older. And I watched him play it for a little bit, but I didn't stare it down, because I always liked looking out the window when I was in cars or buses. I was never overly into screens. I mean, I did once I got the DS. Admittedly, I did start doing that, but I usually looked out the window still occasionally. I always was into looking out the window. And I remember once my mom even sort of joked about it, because she was like, why don't you look out the window or something? Not in a mean way. I kind of just said that a little aggressive, but she was like, oh, well, why don't you look out the window for a change or something, instead of looking at your screen? And then I did, and I just started staring out the window. And she was like, oh, well, you don't, this is when I was a child, by the way. She was like, oh, well, I mean, you don't have to stare at it like that. I mean, you can. She was kind of thrown off, because I was just laser focused on looking out the window. I guess she assumed I would be more glancing or something like that. Is it weird, the amount of moments like this that I remember? I just don't feel like a lot of people remember moments from their... I just remember so much. It's very odd. Brought it up on the show before, but when I asked my mom, I asked her why am I given a lollipop if we know it's bad? And she was like, oh, well, once in a while it's fine. But that still was very confusing to me. I was only 3 or 4, but you eventually hear somewhere that, oh, sugar's not good, candy's not good. And so I was questioning. I was like, well, why am I being given this? And she was just like, oh, once in a while, So it's interesting. There's a lot of moments like that I remember. And that's kind of why I say my childhood was good. I mean, besides usual kind of children issues, like, I think it was just fairly normal and fairly good. There wasn't really any point in my childhood that was too bad, too much to deal with. Like, everything was pretty okay. And then, the older I got, things started to decline the closer I got to adolescence. It's a shame. Like, I wonder what really changed me. I always thought it was video game addiction because of just how obsessed with that thing I got with the DS. I mean, I really poured so much time into it, but you wonder, I guess, what the real cause was. I mean, it could have been video game addiction kind of making me, it like stunted my social progression, for example, because I mean, it's possible, but I always wonder if there's more to it than that. Like, if there was something else that had happened or was happening that caused the issues that I like. Maybe it was just technology, but I guess I just have my doubts. I have my doubts that it was just technology. Now that I think about it more, I mean, I just always attributed it as that, but I don't know. I don't really have the patience to try to sift through that right now, but it's, I mean, what else could have gone on that caused that? What else could it have been? And then well, what else was I gonna say? Oh my gosh. We're just getting back to how I'm saying I feel like I was an old man very early. I think I said this before. I was into memes maybe when I was 11 or 12. I used iFunny almost daily, I think, at the time. But, eventually I just didn't like it. I just didn't, like, it didn't really appeal to me anymore. I don't know. I would see some things on there that were too extreme and just they were just kind of off-putting, and so I don't know. That's just how it happened. Like, it was too extreme, it was too off-putting, and I just stopped. And I didn't really, and even to this day, I don't really look at memes. Like, I don't really use the internet for anything joking or like jokes. I mean, maybe occasionally things come up in conversation with other people that I think are funny or whatever, but not often. And I'm just kind of saying that it's in my free time. I never pursue memes, or I never pursue humor. Like, I don't know how people find a lot of posts. It's very weird things like that. And I guess it just really gets me. No, I don't know what I meant to say there. Maybe it really gets to me is what I meant to say, but that doesn't even make that much sense. So I'm very confused right now as to what I meant by that or what I was trying to say. Let's try to rewind. Yeah, it confuses me how humor oriented people are. I don't get it. It's almost it's unsettling. It's actually unsettling to me because, and I've always felt this way, there's so much more important things to life. Like, let's not focus on humor. Let's try to focus on one of the important things. And then, I just don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy. It's very crazy. So I don't know if other people misprioritize it or get confused about it or something. I have no idea. I have no clue. It's weird. The whole situation is just weird. So, yeah, I don't know. Not really sure what... Oh, let me try to finish my point, because we will be signing off in... Well, I wish it was 5 minutes, but I don't know if it's actually going to be 5 minutes. I think I'm going to end up being somehow later than the other 2 days, even though I was... just cannot believe that happened. I'm just really off. This was a horrible morning for me. And so, yeah, I mean, just admitting it, I guess. But I hope it's 5 minutes from now that I'm signing off, but I think it's going to be 6 minutes. And that one blip is just not really making me thrilled, because I wouldn't really care if it was a tad earlier, but the fact that it's later than the other 2 days, that's just crazy and ridiculous to me. And it's not a guarantee, but yeah, so I guess I just shouldn't really worry about it, because what if it turns out being perfect, and then I'd be super happy, but we'll see. I tried. But I don't know. Even if we have perfect light luck, I think it's going to be pretty difficult to pull off what I'm trying to pull off. It just is. Even with perfect light luck. Oh, so to finish my point is, eventually I just stopped being able to keep up with things. I didn't like what was popular on YouTube anymore. When I was 12, 13, I did. I watched what I assume a lot of other people my age were watching. Funny videos, gaming videos. But again, once I became around 14, that stuff just did not appeal to me anymore. And I was not watching those kind of videos. I was watching probably stuff that older people would watch. Things that are more, I don't know, conceptual or intellectual. I don't know how to explain it. It was just a lot of deeper stuff and deeper things. And, yeah. I mean, I just moved past it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to hit my mark. That's really sad. I just can't believe how late I ended up being today compared to the other days. It's just crazy, because that did not need to be the case at all. It just did not. Even with perfect light luck, which it looks, oh, this light. Yeah, never mind. It's just, forget it now. We're not going to make it. Sad. This light is so frustrating to deal with. It's unpredictable. It's an unpredictable light. It just has a mind of its own. It turned green for a second, and then it switched back to red, and it completely threw me off. I mean, it's very, very frustrating. I just don't know. I don't know why they design it like that. I think it has a camera, you know. And then this light, they don't have this tree trimmed, so you can't see it coming up on it. Yeah, well, honestly, I think we're going to be 1 minute off. I think my prediction is going to be correct that it's going to be 6 minutes, not 5. Oh, I'm just sad about that. Because there's no excuse for it. And honestly, the light luck may have made the difference. That honestly may have made the difference, but I got double bad luck. Maybe even triple, it looks like. No, this last one, we're good. Yeah, I think I would have made it, because we just struck the minute I wanted to clock in at. And, it would have been tight, but I think we would have made it if those lights didn't do what they did. Just crazy. But instead, we could just be 1 minute off. I mean, I don't know, that kind of stuff really gets to me. And I wouldn't care if it was 1 minute earlier. I care that it's 1 minute later. I just don't like that. Just weird. I don't like it at all. I don't even know if we'll make it 1 minute later. It's going to be pretty tight. Yeah, I don't know. We might end up making it 2 minutes later, actually. Because it's really going to be like tight. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be 2. It's a shame. Yep, wow, literally just 2 seconds off through, wow. Wow, that's really, and there's just no reason for it, because I was up so early. I can't believe that, to 2 minutes off. Man. Just so weird and unnecessary. So weird. Don't understand why life needs to be like that. Well, what can you do? A bad start to a bad day. Oh my gosh, I have to try to shift upwards, man. I can't keep on this track. I can't stay on this track. that I'm on. Oh, I just don't even know. I'm being such a baby. I'm declining, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. My fortune I've spent so much time working up could be in jeopardy. This could be it. I might just quit. I literally may just quit. Don't get what the point is. Alright. Yeah, I don't know how much longer at this rate. It's been Schla, but now it's time to buy Schla. So, see you, Schla.